come from down south as well?
Yeah, I've come from
What
London.
time did you get here?
No, so I got here yesterday, but I took the coach. I was taking 7 hours. Yeah.
At least you can sleep in a coach.
Yeah, I did take a couple of
whereas
hours.
I drove at 2 a.m. I got here at like 3 a.m. this morning. I'm knackered. So I want to sleep today.
So you literally just like you literally drove from this morning to get here?
I drove I went to the BBC Make a Difference Awards last night.
Yes, I saw. How did that go for you?
It was amazing. So I was a judge, and it was basically like local charities and communities and local carers in like Hertfordshire and surrounding areas, and it was so inspiring just seeing all these amazing people. Like honestly, like, so it's just basically giving them awards for the things they do, that, you know, giving them like recognition for the hard work and the amazing stuff they do.
I mean, obviously, you know, being a reality star that you come from, because actually I remember when I first met you, it was at the Rise of the Foot Soldier film premiere a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And that was like our introduction.
Oh my God.
And I wasn't even interviewing you at the time, but I know that obviously there were things that were coming up, there were things that you were planning on. Who would have thought that you got to this point of being in Love Island and now like you're in the influencer boxing space?
Yeah, definitely not me. Definitely not me. I wouldn't have even said it. Like I'd be like, oh shit, no, I ain't getting no boxing. I ain't getting my face punched. But here we are, and yeah, do you know what? This is one thing. It's like, you don't know what you love until you try things out. So I definitely think that anyone, like, give things a try everything at least once to see if you like it, because I've fallen in love with this sport. But originally before, I was like, I remember going to a boxer event, getting invited as like a VIP guest.
Yes.
And even just seeing like the first, and I was like, this is so brutal, this is so savage. I was like, oh, I can't watch. And now I'm like, yeah, where's the bitch's head?
Where's she at?
Where's she at?
Let me at her. I mean, we haven't even really fully started yet, but I love it how this is going. It's always nice to just get all the bits in. But yeah. I mean, I'm reunited with AJ Bunker, my cuddle buddy.
My little snuggle buddy.
Oh, yeah. always a pleasure to see you here. Yeah. I mean, you know, I've seen that you had some problems on the socials recently. You had like some agent problems. Like, I mean, because you've been away for a while on socials before coming back into the space. How are things for you now on that front?
No, there's still troubles. I still haven't been given my money. Yeah. It got to the point of like literally giving him a county court judgment, and he's just not replying back to any of it. So yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to get that money, which is really frustrating. And obviously, you know, being in this industry, you need an agent. You need all that help. So yeah, it's been really tough, and I think coming from the agent issues and the injury issues and the weight cut issues and just everything, I think I've had a bit of it's been a bit of a crazy few months, but I'm glad that I'm back here now and there's something that I can look forward to, that, you know, even with all the shit that's going on the outside, like, you know what, it's not stopping me from doing things I love.
Because you're continuously going, and obviously a lot of your opponents have been like, you know, really challenging opponents. Obviously Elbrook being your first ever fight, you know, and then you went for, you know, a championship against Astrid Wett, and now you're going for another championship.
Yes, she is.
Against Little Belzy. I mean, like, you know, how do you prepare for all that stuff? Because it's like it's a lot for you on the deep end, but you seem to be happy doing that.
Do you know what? I just love challenging myself. I love challenging myself, and that's it. I just like seeing what I can do, and sometimes I'm not always the best, but it's as long as I bring the best version of myself, and I know I've trained hard, and I bring it on the night, then what it is, and I always feel like I'm winning just for taking the challenge in itself, and showing up and showing heart and not quitting. So yeah, I think no matter, you know, sometimes there's always something against me, so either 2 weeks notice or 5 kg weight cut, or this time around my opponent's bigger and stronger, and it's obviously undefeated, but you know what, it don't faze me. I'm always up for the challenge, and that's it. I think no one can discredit me for that. I always will say yes. I always take the challenges on. I will never quit. I will never say no. And yeah, I think, you know what, even though I might not win all the time, I hope that's an inspiration to people to just, if you enjoy something, just keep going, keep doing it, because, you know, even if I take 20 losses at some point I will get a win. Yeah. At some point it will happen.
I mean, you've got to manifest it'll be for this Saturday, right?
It's going to happen. It's going to happen this weekend.
Sorry, just bring yourself a bit. So, I mean, I hear that you have a new coach as well.
Yes.
So, you know, obviously I know you've worked with Luke before, and I'm hearing that you're working with Solomon,
yes.
Is it now? Who's Salt Puppy's trainer.
Yes.
how was that transition, and like how are things on that? Because obviously, you know, for this camp, this camp will be different to the last camp. So, what was that process like?
Do you know what? So I trained with Coach Sol before, like when I was training for the Rage Combat fight, just because Luke was away. So I had just a few sessions with him, so I kind of got to know him back then. And I love his work rate and how much he pushes you. Oh my God, there has been some hard, horrible, stressful nights.
Yeah.
But the transition's been good in terms of the reason I left my last camp and last coach is I was losing a lot of time driving to camp to my sessions and back. It was about an hour drive away. So whereas now my new training camp is 10 minutes away. So I'm getting more.
So
more time.
It's convenience as well.
So much more convenient, and I was only doing an hour, in South Oxy, but losing 3 hours a day. Whereas now it's a 10-minute drive, and we don't just train for an hour. We train as long as we need to train for.
So how have you been pushed to the limit then? Because now it seems obviously your opponent, Little Belzy, has 2 wins, has a height and weight advantage, but obviously with your weight cut, you're bringing your weight back up, so you're not as undercut compared to your last fight with Astrid. So how has that been different as well?
I just feel so much energized. I've got energy this time round. I'm just like, she's eating, she's happy. And you know what, the stress before with like thinking I was going to make weight and thinking like I can't eat this, and I get hangry. I love my food.
Yeah.
So yeah, just being able to eat has made this camp so much better in itself.
Have you seen that meme where it says like we got 27 minutes before to get to somewhere to eat, or my mood is going to change or something? Have you seen that?
Yeah, with me it's like 5 minutes.
Oh, so it's less than
literally. Like, to the point where one of my exes used to actually carry snacks around with him because he was like, oh shit. Like if I start getting angry, he's like, oh, she's hungry. Let's chuck some food at her, quick. Like here's a Snickers bar. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm good now.
So literally now it's like, not only do I have to give you I'm giving you nice cuddles, so now I have to have snacks on deck as well.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry. I can feel it happening. You know what? It's like a little Hulk feeling. Like I'm like, oh, I'm changing. I'm getting hungry.
From David Banner to the Hulk.
The hunger pains start, and then it literally turns into hangry. Like, and you don't want hangry AJ. Trust me.
Well, I mean, with Little Belzy, how do you see her as an opponent? Because obviously we've seen her last 2 fights, especially the last fight with Lil Kimchi.
Yeah.
How did you rate her performance as that? And how, obviously with training with Solomon as well, intensifying the training, how has that been able, how for you, are you going to be able to match up to what she can expect to bring to you?
I think I'm not going to discredit Belzy. She's a very good, tough opponent. She's bigger, she's stronger, she's got the reach advantage.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. It's just prepare. It's just, do you know what it is? It's like being prepared for the storm, basically. And I feel a lot, as I said, I feel like so much more fitter this time around and stronger. I couldn't put any muscle on for my last fight because of being scared to get heavy with muscle. So
right.
I feel like even though she's probably stronger than me, I do feel strong, I feel powerful, and I have like one thing you can't train for is heart and fire and mindset, and I don't quit. Like
you're the
even
Filipino
when I've
fire.
got a broken hand, look at my hand, it's now from that broken hand first round. But did I quit in that first round? No. Like look at it, it's like I've got a hand. But did I quit? No. And that's something like I'm not a quitter, so that's something you can't train for. So you must be prepared for that.
And of course, obviously, you fought Astrid. Lil Belzy wants to fight Astrid because her last fight, she said she wants to get the challenge to Astrid, and it seems to be the common denominator. And obviously, with Astrid, she was meant to fight, Alexia Grace, and you've been pretty vocal about all the goings on as far as that. You said like she only wants easy fights.
Yeah.
And obviously, from what you described, like you've always had the hard challenges. So. How did you see that situation like unfold in terms of everything Astrid was doing?
Yeah, I expected it. Like she's got that title and she plans to keep that title the easiest way possible, which is making fake drama, faking fake fights that obviously viewers want to see because she's built it up. But she's not trying to defend the title by actually taking challenges on, and she's ducking and diving these actual challenges. Whereas, look, I lost to Astrid, but I'm happy to take the Belzy challenge on. So, I think that in itself speaks volumes of who actually wants it and who's actually here for the right reasons and wants to fight, and who just wants the paycheck and just the clout basically and the exposure.
And there's been there's been some comments that I saw that, obviously for your fight with Lil Belzy is for the championship. A lot of people are arguing it's just like, well, obviously for you, you've put a lot of effort into your fights, but obviously as far as records, we know how the records stand in terms of Lil Belzy record and your record.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of people are arguing, it's like, oh, why is she getting a title shot?
Yeah.
Even though like you've had, you know, a few losses under your belt, and hopefully to get the win this Saturday. Like, how do you approach all that?
I mean, the main thing is like no one else wants the challenges. So if I'm the challenger, I don't care if I'm the challenger. Like, I'm the one who isn't turning down Lil Belzy. You know, I'm not scared. I will take it on, and I think that's it. And I think obviously with the Astrid fight, yes, it was a tight opportunity, but as I said, there was the weight advantage, like weight disadvantage. There was the injury. So I think Mams was like, look, let's give you another opportunity because it wouldn't really. You know, and I really appreciate that because look, I know everything's sort of in Belzy's favour, but just to be given the opportunity, I'm so happy and grateful for. But yeah, with the Elle Brooke fight, I had 2 weeks' notice, guys. Like, come on, can't discredit me for a fight taking on a fight with 2 weeks' notice. Obviously, I won my fight in November against Tasha, so you know, I think, and then the last fight, as I said, to go through an injury and continue with an injury and still keep that work rate up, because you saw like it was explosive. It was, look, it might not have been the most technical great fight, but it was entertaining. Like, I watch it and my heart's racing when I watch it. I'm like, oh my god, it wasn't. Us girls brought it, and I think that's it. Like, they know that I will show up and I will bring it. Like, I'm not gonna make it a boring shit fight. I will, whatever the situation, I'm gonna come for it.
So I mean, not looking past Lil Belzy, but what you wanted to do next? I mean, should it be the case you win the championship? Are you looking for like a potential rematch with Astrid? Is it a thing that we, you know, as a fantasy booking idea, unifying the titles, because she's got the title, you've got the influencer title potentially if you win?
Yep.
Is that where you wanted to go next? Like, you know, is there other people as well that you're wanted to face as well?
I definitely want the Astrid rematch, and I want to become 2-time champ. I want to be 2-time champ. I want to have both belts, and then obviously with enough notice, like I'll either drop weight or because where my weight sits, I either can come up weight or I have to drop weight. And I don't like the weight cut, but I would do it if it means I have 2 belts. So yeah, you know what? That's it. That's what I want. I want to have 2 titles. So I want that rematch. I want to get that belt back because that belt should have been mine if Astrid's coach didn't tamper with my wraps and break my hand in the first round. So you know, it's I want that redemption, and then once I have both those belts. It's whoever wants it.
Well, I mean, it's going to be an interesting fight. The dynamics are looking crazy. I like how this match has been set up. You know, I feel this is going to be a really entertaining female fight, and I'm hoping for the best for both of you, and to see how things go for you, because you definitely look like you got a lot more energy for this fight. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you.